Alrighty, everybody. My name is Sunny, and welcome to the Couch Racing Chronicles. I am coming off a Floridian rainstorm, so we're just going to go ahead and get right to the nitty gritty. But before that, I got a couple of friends with me. Unfortunately, can't get quite the full cast, but let's see who is here.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Channy. I am the William Byron simp of this trio here. We will explain why here in a moment.
And I am James, local Suarez fan.
And of course, recording for us is our dearest friend, ISO. A couple of weeks ago, we had to announce that AJ would be transitioning into another job and wouldn't be able to host. And unfortunately for this week, we are down Checker. He is to keep it personal, is not had the best of weeks, and we're giving him some time off. So, it's just something I just do want to know is just that to those who just stick around for us, just keeping us whenever not all of us are our best, we generally appreciate you guys. This is our first year of trying out the podcast and doing something new with each other, so we're trying out new things, and hopefully sooner enough, if we have more passion, more resources, we can build this up to more professional. But right now, this is just us between friends and just something we wanted to do. So for those that stick around, we thank you, and we can't express our gratitude enough. So on that note, let us open into the opening segment. Our weekend recaps. We had the truck race and then the cup race at Richmond, where the truck race was more of the same. Ty Majeski dominated, but then got spun by his teammate Matt Crafton, who has an announcement of his own that we'll get into. And then Corey Heim won. That's a real shocker. And then the cup race. We'll also get into that, but I'll just drop the spoiler right now. Austin Dillon won again without wrecking anyone. So yes, this time he is in the playoffs. So let's get into it. I'll let either one of you go first if you want to share how your weekend went.
I'll let James go first.
All right, well, we built NASCAR app so I can get the actual finishes of my guys. The guy I picked last week to win the Richmond truck race, my favorite driver, Gio Ruggiero. He finished 6th, but he's not in the playoffs though, sadly. Pretty good run there. And Cup Suarez got another top 10, finished 7th again, like at the Glen. Interesting. Overall, good weekend.
Yep. Our weekend was a bit of a handful. We had the fastest car in cup practice, and then we qualified like 28th, and then we had a shot at winning. And I don't want to talk about it. All I know is that I think Chase Elliott fans are going to be after me the rest of the year. Again.
Mm-hmm.
Well, other than that, how about you, Channy? How was your Richmond weekend?
Well, to kick it off, Ryan Preece, out of all people, winning the pole. That honestly surprised me once the news first broke out and you guys, told me about it. And I was very shocked that Ryan Preece got, is this his first ever pole?
No, he's had a couple poles.
Second career, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But still, that was amazing. But our weekend was kind of okay for the most part. Yeah, it kind of went downhill. William Byron finishing 12th, and with Ryan Preece, we finished 35th.
Yeah, this was. I really hate to say it, that was a big missed opportunity with the playoff bubble, which of course, considering this next race is the last of the regular season, we'll get into that in a minute. But regarding the cup race, gentlemen, I don't know about you guys, but I think for the first time in a while, we actually had a good old classic short track race. You guys think this Richmond race was a good one?
Yeah,
I
I
think
think
it
so.
was, yeah.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. So I think we saw a lot of good classic traits return to make this a good one. We had tires that matter, strategies that matter, where you pitted and how much laps you pit before another guy mattered. We saw Austin Dillon take advantage of that. He went on to beat Ryan Blaney for the win. So obviously, could NASCAR maybe do? Excuse me. Could NASCAR maybe do similar experiments like that? And maybe if you're going to be not adamant about raising the horsepower or doing anything regarding the car, could you at least maybe try out different tires to see if that improves the short track product?
I think that'd be smart. And I mean, I think you already saw that last year at Richmond when they ran the option tires, trying to maybe improve it, which it did work last year. And I think it was they run those option tires as the right side tires this time around, which really contributed to that kind of, strategy game and stuff, and mattering with how many sets of tires you got left and when you put them on compared to the rest of the field, which all in all just created a great race.
Obviously, these past couple of weeks I've been down and harsh about the next gen, but I can't fault them for having a good race. So big props to Richmond. Next up on our big agenda, the 2026 NASCAR schedule has just dropped, and we'll be going over the Cup front, but all three series are available for you to look at. Now, to go over some of the big major notes regarding the schedule, we have Watkins Glen is moved to Mother's Day in May. The All-Star race has been officially moved to Dover in exchange for a points-paying North Wilkesboro race.
Which has a great
Chicagoland.
All-Star race logo, too.
Yep.
That
Yep.
All-Star race logo is amazing.
Yep. Chicagoland has returned after it'll have its first races since 2019. San Diego has already been confirmed, but is still noteworthy. And of course, we have Homestead as the championship for something already also confirmed. But yeah, that's not the Cup Series is not the only thing going on. We also have St. Petersburg for the Truck Series on IndyCar weekend. So I'll go ask to you two. Is there anything noteworthy in any of these three schedules that you want to talk about or you want to point out?
Oh, I mean, I'm going to start with the big one. St. Petersburg? That's actually sick. I mean, I enjoy watching IndyCar. I do. And that can be cool to see the trucks there. And St. Petersburg's probably one of my favorite tracks in IndyCar. So I do really like that. Massive shock, though, to see that.
I agree. That's a lot of... I agree. That's... It'll be interesting to see how the trucks race there. Either they stay upright or we have 4 trucks finish the race, which is not too far off from how they already race. Now regarding the schedule, do you feel like there's anything that you want to be moved or should have been moved, or is there anything you feel unsatisfied with the schedule, or are you okay with this? Do you vibe with it, basically, for both of you?
I'm really okay with the schedule and how it is. And the only thing that surprises me is fucking Chicagoland, baby!
Someone's excited.
Yeah. As for me, I mean, one thing I'm really happy about. I'm glad I am alone in this boat. I know it, but I am glad the Roval is returning. I know I'm alone on that. The Roval, it's a great experience. I've been there multiple times. Really, really love it. And I think it shouldn't be taken off the schedule because the car sucks at the tracks, at those kind of tracks. This is a great track, and I know Charlotte Oval's probably one of the best tracks, but even that's not immune to connections problems anymore. But one thing I'd probably change, yeah, probably Watkins Glen in May, followed by Dover All-Star Race. Because, I mean, one of my friends is saying it's not good weather up there. It's usually kind of pretty cold up there during May in Watkins Glen, Northern New York. And there's lots of rain at that time, too. So,
Yeah. I guess one thing you could take away from that is you get out of the summer heat. You in favor of more colder time. The question is, will it be too much of the cold, or will it be just enough, just to see it, to throw in something new for the Watkins Glen weekend? But anyway, this schedule, in my opinion, is a viber, so I'm all right with it. With this, moving on now. Earlier this week, we had an announcement that rocked the Truck Series world. It's longtime veteran and 3-time champion Matt Crafton for Thor Sport Racing. He has announced that he will be retiring full-time at the end of 2025, with Ty Majeski going over to the 88. And it's already been confirmed that Menards will be staying over, or at least from what Majeski has tweeted. But really, I guess the question that I want to ask, I'll primarily ask this to James, since he's been around the sport longer to know about Crafton. But do you think this changes the dynamics of Thor Sport in a way? Do they kind of go forward or backwards, or really just the dynamic that Crafton played within the team, not just the team, but I'm a stuttering mess. I'm sorry. Well, what do you take on this?
I don't think it changes the dynamic just for the team. I think it changes the dynamic for that entire series to have a guy with that much experience no longer there. And it's going to hurt the team massively. I mean, and here's the thing with Thor Sport, it's heavily rumored they're going to go to the Ram next year, but that's not even confirmation yet. So we don't know how that's going to affect the team. When I think about it, now the most experienced guy there, Rhodes. I mean, which, yes, he's multiple champion. Don't get me wrong, he's a great driver in his own right. He knows when to step up when he needs to. But to lose a guy with the amount of experience that Crafton had, it's going to be a huge setback for that team, I think. But I think they got bright future. They got Majeski. They got Rhodes. Jake Garcia's been great this year. And whoever they put in the fourth truck, Benhouse has been good. Alwyn would be a good choice as well. But I think they got bright future. I just think they're going to be set back for a little bit.
I pretty much agree. That's the sentiment I have. It's going to be a whole lot different without seeing Crafton in the field, and it'll certainly take some time getting used to. But in the end, I think in terms of having a bright future, I think Thor Sport will be in good hands. It's just a matter of the rest of the series and how they move forward. All right. And lastly, before we dive into green flag, red flag, we're just going to take a quick dive right back regarding the schedule, particularly the All-Star race at Dover. When this was first announced as a possible intrigue, many were not really happy about it, or we're just clamoring, why Dover? And then once we come to see the schedule, it has indeed been put into Dover. So do you feel like what's either of you guys' stance on this? Like, do we feel that it shouldn't be there at Dover and it needs to be put somewhere else, or is it kind of an overreaction, or we just have different opinions on it?
Well, for starters, I mean, as someone who lives in North Carolina, I know I'm spoiled when it comes to races, and I wish the All-Star race was back in Charlotte, but no, I don't like that it's going to be at Dover. We saw this year wasn't all that good, and then they're going to make it a day race. I mean, I don't like that. The reason they made it a night race was add a sense of specialty to it, in a sense, kind of glamour, I guess would be the word. Under the light, $1 million, bright lights, basically. And with Dover not having lights, you don't got that anymore.
I get that. Channy?
I'm not too sure if if this is going to be like a good idea, but we will see.
All right. Well, personally,
That's it. Can I say something real quick?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
So, I think, I don't know if y'all saw it, but I remember seeing it around. There was a proposal for the All-Star race this year that NASCAR sent the teams, apparently. You run what you bring. Do what you want, experiment with the car. They denied it. I wonder, did they force that in a sense on the teams? I don't want to say force, but kind of bring that idea back and more actually, hey, let's actually do this since, this track's not racing well. In a sense, that I think that would be huge and probably getting this All-Star race at Dover to be success.
You know what? I usually have my own stance, but honestly, I'd say why not? Because it's an exhibition race, so no points are going to be rewarded or dished out. Nothing's going to matter. So, like, this is just your experiment race. Like, this is basically your fuck around and find out race. You could go all out, do whatever the hell you want. Just nothing crazy illegal, obviously. No pouring jet fuel in your cars. We don't need a repeat of that, but like, that would help out the event a lot. Not just for the racing pod, but maybe like kind of like a rejuvenation for a lot of the struggling teams, because during the regular season when they're doing they're running the real cars, they have bad luck and it ultimately goes to crap. But I think just having 1 week, just being able to do whatever you want with your car and see where it takes you, I think it'll be a morale push. So honestly, people can think different, and that's okay. We'll just have to see where things go regarding that. We're ready to go.
But can I say one thing before we get into a green flag, red flag?
Go ahead.
This was posted earlier today at 10:07 a.m. my time, and Connor Zillich posted something about getting a text saying letter has been received, email has been sent, you are officially cleared. And the tweet says, "See you tomorrow, Daytona. Thank you to my doctors, surgeons, and everyone who has supported me throughout this ordeal." What do you guys think on that?
I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm happy he's recovered quite quickly, and I'm glad for that because we hate to see drivers injured.
Yeah. So from the way it looks and how it was worded, it looks like Connor may be able to run the full race. Parker Kligerman is on standby just in case a substitute or relief is needed. But for the most part, we're all A-okay, and we're all very glad our boy Connor is back, and he'll be back on track this Daytona weekend.
All right, now you boys ready to get into some green flag, red flag?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right, first topic. When asked on actions, detrimental. I don't know how to say that. I'm sorry.
Actions detrimental.
Actions detrimental. All right. Denny Hamlin said he would rather lose sleep on Tyler Reddick making the playoffs versus himself failing from either second or third in points to 6th after Daytona. Green flag, red flag, Florida. Sonny.
I think the wording is missing the playoffs. Tyler Reddick missing the playoffs. But honestly, I'm green flag because that's the more important feature. Like, Tyler Reddick, for the most part, is kind of in a situation like Ryan Blaney or Martin Truex in 2022, where they're running very consistently well, but there's so many people winning that it's going to put them in a jeopardy position of getting knocked out of the playoffs when they deserve to have a playoff spot. So, like, as a team owner in Denny Hamlin's shoes, like, I'd be concerned too. I lose sleep over that, knowing that one of my drivers is going to miss out on the playoffs because they have one bad race and somebody else sneaks their way and wins. So I think that's going to come in terms of strategy for the Knights. Like, if Denny Hamlin is already in a spot where he'll be okay in the standings, he'll get as many playoff points as he can. I think he could put his priority on Reddick and making sure he doesn't fall out of the bubble. And it'll be interesting to see how team dynamics come to play Saturday night with everyone, really. So, but for the most part, I'm green flag. I lose sleep over Reddick missing out too.
James.
Green flag. I agree with that approach. I mean, I would. I mean, if I was a team owner, I mean, I would care more about my cars than myself at that point. So, I think it's one of those things. And Reddick, there's a very good possibility Reddick ends up passing Hamilton the points too. So it's like, it's one of those things. Hamilton's got multiple wins. He's already in. Reddick's not secure. So it doesn't. I mean, Hamilton's just the approach I'm seeing from Hamilton is he doesn't care where he falls in the points because he's in the playoffs. He's going to get points. You're saying anyway. Reddick doesn't know if he's going to be in there, and neither does Hamlin know if he will be. So he's more concerned about his car being in it than him.
Yeah, I heard everything that I needed to hear. So I'm just gonna go plain and simple green flag.
Now, with that topic, I must ask: at what point in the race would you expect Hamlin to start trying to maybe get Reddick into a position to win? Like, does he go with them early on, or if they survive a lot of the late crashes, they can work together near the end?
I'd say survive, because because if you try to go early, then I think it'll be a more higher chance that something happens and then Reddick and or Hamlin gets involved and there's like no other help. There's going to be no other help later on. So that's just me. I'd say just survive.
I'm going to piggyback off of this. There's a great chance you go early, you get caught in a wreck. And it's not one of those things. Reddick can still be passed by Bowman. So Reddick's not secure. He's not locked in on points. Because if we get a new winner and Bowman passes him, Reddick's out. So I mean, and yes, Reddick could go after stage points and stuff. And I think Hamlin, if Hamlin would help and try and get that. But he wouldn't go early. Survive. I'm trying to.
Fair enough. We're all in the similar sentiment. It's better to save your car, and we're basically following the train here. A lot of the guys that are going to go for the win, they're going to try to save because they can't point their way in. They have to win, so they have to save for later on in the race. And unfortunately, that's going to be where a lot of the bigger crashes happen because of desperation. Alrighty. Well, next topic.
All right. Next topic. According to Jordan Bianchi, right?
Yeah,
Bianchi, I think.
Bianchi, yeah.
Okay. According to Jordan Bianchi from The Athletic, North Wilkesboro?
North Wilkesboro, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's just minor type of.
Yeah. North Wilkesboro is set to receive its first points-paying NASCAR Cup Series race for the first time since Jeff Gordon won there in 1996. Green flag, red flag. Let's go with James for this one.
As a resident North Carolinian here, I am full on green flag waving it enthusiastically. I mean, I wasn't born to see a North Wilkesboro race in my life until they went to the All-Star race there these recently, and especially after this year's, which was a great race, great racing. I think it deserves this point state. I really do. I'm looking forward to it, and hopefully, maybe I could go. I would love to. I don't know.
Florida, what about Sonny? What about you, my man? I am sorry, my brain is all over the place.
You're not the only one. You're good. I'm green flag too. I mean, a classic track is returning to a points-paying schedule, and considering that this year's All-Star race on there was actually pretty entertaining, I'm curious to see what a full car field's going to be like there, and I'm really excited for this. Like, I never fortunately got to grow up or witness racing at North Wilkesboro, so like getting to see them in an actual points paying race is gonna be dipping my toes into a nostalgia I never got to witness. So I'm just really excited. I'm really happy I'll be able to witness that kind of era. So I'm definitely green flag.
I don't know that much about like NASCAR and such because I'm still kind of a rookie to the to NASCAR. So I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say green flag. All right, next topic. Matt Crafton and Ty Majeski made contact in the truck race on Friday night that more than likely sealed the fate of Majeski potentially dominating and winning said race when it was not the case. Green flag, red flag, Sonny.
Red flag. I mean, honestly, I know Majeski was already locked in. He was already dominating, but when you consider what's been going on with ThorSport this year, they had a really struggling year. I don't think any of them have won a race yet, and Majeski's the defending champion. So, like, you finally put together a weekend where you might be able to overcome like Heim and Lane Riggs in the rest of the field, and then your truck gets spun around by your own teammate unintentionally. Nonetheless, it's like it doesn't hurt. It won't hurt you in the long run, but like that's just like a vibe shot down. Like you had an amazing run going, and then it just unintentionally comes apart at the end. So it's not all lost for Majeski yet. There's still some tracks where he could do really good at. Maybe potentially steal the show, but in terms of this weekend, yeah, I don't blame them. It was a prime opportunity at a win lost. Nobody's fault, really. Red flag.
James?
I want to bring up the point that they're having a down year. I'm looking at the stats right now on the app. 0 wins across all drivers. 6 total stage wins across all drivers. Total of 12 top 5s. Crafton having none. So yeah, they're having a terrible year. So and I didn't see what happened exactly. I didn't watch truck race. So I don't know what was the case there. Was Crafton get loose under Majeski or something? Or
yeah, it was going into turn 3. Majeski was putting Crafton a lap down, and then Crafton got loose and spun into Majeski.
I mean, that's a simple mistake, but something. I mean, you expect someone like Crafton to not make that kind of mistake, but I mean, anyone can, and it's one of those things that's like it sucks because it could have happened to anyone. It just unfortunately was his teammate who was going to win that race for sure if that doesn't happen. So it was unfortunate, but yeah, red flag. I mean, accidental, but still unfortunate.
Jenny?
Yeah, I heard everything that needed to be said, and I'm gonna go with red flag on this one. All right, our next topic. Daniel Suarez makes contact with both Ty Gibbs and Tyler Reddick that sent both of them spinning on Saturday's race. Green flag, red flag, James.
Okay, you put me on the spot here. Well, I mean, I'm in the middle ground there because I hate the fact that it basically took Reddick's chance of victory away. And I hate for him with that, considering where he's close to the bubble. But at the same time, George is my guy. Gibbs is also kind of my guy, but it's like Gibbs was going like 20 miles an hour slower because he was on 40 lap older tires. And it was one of those things. Suarez was faster and he was getting impatient, and I can't blame him. It just, fortunately, Reddick was right there too. So, middle ground. Not waving anything. I'm just kind of standing there.
So you're basically yellow flag.
Yeah, basically middle ground. Yeah.
All right, Sonny.
I'm yellow flag too. I think this was just a racing incident. Obviously nothing intentional or malicious on Daniel's part, but I don't know if he carried too much speed and got into Ty, or if, like James said, Ty was going a little too slow and backed up into Daniel. And yeah, I can't really say anything because we about did something similar to Chase Briscoe and took out 15 other people. I'm kind of middle ground too. Nobody's anything intentional, but it was just an incident gone wrong, and unfortunately, it took out a really good car in Tyler Reddick. So yellow flag.
Yeah, I'm gonna go yellow flag also.
All right. This last topic. Do you want to go first on behalf of your teammate?
Wait, me?
Yeah, the last topic after this one.
All right. All right, and our final topic. with Austin Dillon winning, Chris Buescher is now in a must-win situation heading into Daytona. Green flag, red flag, Jenny. Well, thank you for choosing me. I'm sorry. I had to do that. I'm sorry.
That was gold. You're good.
All right. I am going to say. Sorry. I just committed a full brain fart. Chris is in a must-win situation right now. So we need to figure out something to try to stay above the cutoff line and try to work hard enough just to have Buescher, be in the playoffs instead of immediately getting cut off below. So I am going to say, surprisingly, I'm going to throw a yellow flag on this one. What do you guys think?
I'll let James go. I know Bush is one of his other guys.
Yeah. I mean, I'm red flag on that because I'm happy for Austin. Do not get me wrong on that. I'm happy. I kind of enjoyed the last year's finish because I watched it from Dylan's on board, and I don't really like looking on their Hamilton track. But it's one of those things. Yeah, I could see where he deserved to be stripped of the playoff eligibility. Well, he went out there and he kicked everyone's butt this time around, leaving no doubt that he deserved to win this race. So I hate the fact that now the main talk is not that hey, look, RCR won again. The free car back in victory lane. You've got redemption or whatever it is for last year. It's now he's in the playoffs. He's gonna fight for a championship. I don't like that, and I think that's why I think the playoffs are gonna go. Part of it makes me a little bit more relaxed for Saturday, considering I'm filling in for AJ on the Team 17 account. I don't have to worry about really keeping an eye on the points or anything because Buescher's the must win. That's all he's got to do. I don't have to focus on that point situation. So, red flag.
Sonny?
I'm going red flag as well. I mean, this was, for a team that's fast as not just Busch but RFK as a whole, for as performance they've been putting on, for showing they have playoff speed, for consistency, like showing that at least one of their guys will be competing for the win all night, all day long, all season long. That there's no reason why all three of them should be in must-win situations entering the final race of the regular season. Like, if we use the raw driver standings and put in the top 16, Buescher and Priest would be in right now. But instead, both of them are in must-wins, and Brad Keselowski's still far back. And like James said, I'm not discrediting Austin for the win. He's my teammate, of course. I'm happy that our team's been able to find some form of speed, finally getting into a win. So, but going back to RFK, this is a dilemma, because now instead of an opportunity where all three of you can go in, now it's going to be only one of you could get in, or nobody's going to get in at all. So it's really frustrating and disheartening, because this team has had amazing speed, but I fear if nothing goes right for at least one of them, then none of them are going to have anything to show for it, which really sucks. So, red flag.
All right, and with that, it is time to move on to our picks for Daytona.
Alrighty, and considering this is the regular season finale, we're going to make sure that we put extra emphasis on who we want winning, at least for the Cup side. Xfinity still has a little bit to go.
But even then, still, wins is going to be in the playoffs for the most part, unless like Justin Haley wins or something. Xfinity.
Yeah, exactly. So, all right, we start off with AJ's picks first. For the Xfinity race, he picks Justin Allgaier for the win. And for his dark horse, he picks Harrison Burton, which I can understand why. As much as it gives me trauma, he technically will win at Daytona. And for his Cup picks, he picks Ryan Blaney for the win. And his dark horse is none other than the Lord and Savior BJ McLeod. God bless our boy BJ. James?
All right. On the Xfinity side, my race pick, I think he uses that bitterness and upset that he felt at Talladega, barely losing there, feels it, wins at Daytona. Jeb Burton, Jordan Anderson, victory line. But my dark horse pick, I think Dean Thompson's going to find some speed here at Daytona for sure. I'm pretty sure pretty good in Daytona, the Xfinity Series. I mean, heck, Ryan Truex, I think last year won this race. I don't remember. I know he won this race a year or two ago.
Ryan Truex, he won last year.
Yeah, so Toyotas are faster at Xfinity Series. I think he's got some momentum on his side right now. The Bill possibly win the Daytona. On the Cup side, I'm going full playoff picture breaking, full upset victor. I've got Mike McDowell winning again at Daytona and breaking this entire playoff picture. For my dark horse, he's been fast at Daytona before. Just hasn't gotten the results before, but I think he does this time. Todd Gilliland.
I'm up next. So for my Xfinity side, I am picking Eric Almirola for the win at Daytona. This is just something I feel could happen. Like, I think Almirola is just gonna break off that niche of Chevy domination and pick up another surprise win at a super speedway. I think personally, for the most part, Almirola seems to have more profound success on the Xfinity side when he was kind of in either a back marker or underperforming teams at the Cup side. So I'm happy to see Almirola have success in the Xfinity level. So I pick him for the win. And for the dark horse, please, oh please, let Ryan Sieg get his first career win. And for the Cup side, I'm an 18-year-old heading into college next week, so I need some form of miracle. My Cup win for redemption, it will be Kyle Busch. And my dark horse to end the playoff era once and for all, my dark horse will be Cody Ware for the win. I now await to be shot at.
just crickets.
Chen.
All right, so for my picks, first, my Xfinity pick, give me Justin Allgaier, and for my dark horse, give me Brandon Jones.
Okay.
And for my Cup pick, Florida, I am on the same boat as you. This man has been on a kind of a losing streak here lately in 2025, but I feel like at Daytona it's going to be redemption. Give me Kyle Busch for the win.
All right.
And for my dark horse, give me AJ Allmendinger.
That is a big dark horse.
And I will read off for Checker since he is not here, which we forgot to talk about in the beginning of the episode. No, you mentioned something about AJ not being here.
I mentioned Checker too.
Oh,
yeah, no, he left in the Checker with AJ.
I forgot. So his picks, his Xfinity pick is Jesse Love, and his dark horse is Kyle Sieg. Checker's Cup pick is Brad Keselowski, and his dark horse is Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Oh boy,
Stenhouse classifies as a dark horse, considering he's won Daytona multiple times. But I mean, fair enough.
Alrighty. Well, with picks out of the way, there is one thing I do want to get out before we close this off and see how this regular season ends. So we've already mentioned our race picks for the win, but considering there will be one guy that will get in on points no matter what, it all comes a matter of who will it be. If we get a new winner, who will it be that gets the final playoff spot? Tyler Reddick or Alex Bowman? Who do you trust more in this race, in these circumstances, to where if we get a new winner and only one spot's left, who would get the final spot?
To me, I'm going to go out of limb and say, listen, I love my boy Alex Bowman, but I feel like Tyler Reddick is going to be the one to pass Alex Bowman and get into the playoffs.
Understandably so. I think both of these guys finished top 10 in the Daytona 500 earlier this year. Reddick got second, so at least in terms of this year's luck, Reddick is on a good end, but you can never count out Hendrick on a super speedway. James, what about you, if you would like to put in 2 cents?
I think it's probably to sound crazy. I generally trust more Bowman than Reddick at super speedway, which is weird, to be honest. But it's one of those things. It's like Hendrick's got more firepower in a sense under them. Look, their other 3 drivers aren't going to be fine for anything. It's Larson. One is Larson, and it's at super speedway. So I mean, and Elliott and Byron have already got basically their spots locked up. It seems like in regular things, and I think that kind of maybe all 3 of their goals will be to try and get Bowman in the playoffs. Maybe get him some stage points and stuff early on to get him ahead of Reddick. And like I said, if Reddick gets taken down in the early wreck, yeah, you gotta play Bowman. I think Blake Harris got to play Bowman to put him in spots to get a bunch of stage points in those 2 stages, even if it costs him maybe wrecking possibly. Those stage points are gonna. You can't risk not going after them. I think in Bowman's position.
Yes, yeah, I can agree with that. I think for me personally, I will give the edge to Reddick simply because of the nature of super speedways, and that he can Reddick can have a not great run, but at the same time, even if he misses out on points, if a whole field wrecks and Bowman gets taken out, that threat of getting outpointed would kind of be alleviated, and Reddick would have that points edge back. So, like, it's just simply the nature of where they are at points, and that Reddick just can't afford to DNF lap 1 out of the race, because then that's where things get out of hand. But for the most part, this is going to be a very intense battle between not just them, but every other guy trying to get it. You got Reddick, you got Bowman, you got the RFK guys, you got Kyle Busch, you got Michael McDowell, Carson Host. Literally anybody can go out and win Saturday night and lock themselves in. That is what the nature of this playoff system has dealt to us. And Saturday night, we're going to come and decide who it will reward. So, on that note, we thank you all for tuning in to episode 13 of Couch Racing Chronicles. This is Sunny, wishing you all good luck in the finale of the regular season. And as always, drink your water. Drink that fucking summer water. This is Sunny, signing out.
This is Jenny signing out, and to every single person that's out there, we wish you the best of luck for Daytona, and we wish all the drivers luck heading into the regular season finale and into the playoffs.
No flips. We also pray for no flips. We don't need another flip.
The only thing we're flipping is water bottles, and that's it.
McDowell's going to flip the playoff bracket on its head, but
Yeah.
Yeah. This is James signing off. Hope we have a great race at Daytona Saturday night. It should be fun.